About 37 years before Christ was born, Rome's greatest poet, Publius Virgilius Maro, published his first book of poetry, the Eclogues. The fourth poem in this brief, enigmatic collection heralded the birth of a divine child who would free the earth from fear and usher in a golden age of peace and prosperity, using language and imagery reminiscent of our next selection, O Nata Lux. Early Christian scholars, such as St. Augustine, read Virgil's fourth eclogue and concluded that the child he spoke of was the Messiah. Later writers, such as the Italian poet Dante Alighieri, author of the Divine Comedy, also interpreted Virgil's poem as a prophecy of Christ's birth. By the time the Italian Renaissance was in full flower, Virgil was widely regarded as an honorary Christian, a pagan whose soul was Christian by nature, if not by baptism, and who possessed a kind of divine omniscience. Virgil's spirituality, compassion, and poetic genius were so great that the Christian world recognized a kindred spirit in him. Virgil's third work, an epic poem about the struggles of Aeneas, founding father of the Roman Empire, is the undisputed masterpiece of Latin literature. In the very middle of the Aeneid, Virgil writes of Aeneas' journey to the underworld to visit the ghost of his beloved father. As Virgil's guide, a prophetess called the Sibyl, points out, it is easy to get down to the underworld. The trick is coming back again. Aeneas' ticket back to the world of light will be the Golden Bough, a mystical branch of gold hidden in the forest around Avernus, the entrance to the underworld, which can only be plucked from its tree by a chosen one. Aeneas despairs of finding the branch, but magically 2 doves, birds sacred to his mother Venus, lead him to it. Virgil's Golden Bough is laden with archetypal symbolism. It is a bright light gleaming forth in the darkness of the forest, a talisman protecting the bearer from the ravages of death. It is revealed by doves, the birds of peace, sent by a loving mother to help her struggling son. It is Aeneas' final chance to consult his father's wisdom and feel his father's love. At this central place in the poem, the Golden Bough is the nexus between child and parent, success and failure, light and darkness, life and death. Here are the lines describing Aeneas' first glimpse of the Golden Bough, in my English translation first, and then in Virgil's Latin. Then when the twin birds came to the jaws of ill-smelling Avernus, they rise up swiftly and gliding through the clear air settle from above on their desired resting place, a tree through whose branches the contrasting gleam of gold shone bright. Just as in the cold of winter among the woods, mistletoe, which is not born of the tree it clings to, blooms with its unusual foliage and surrounds the smooth trunk with its bright yellow fruit. Such was the look of the leafy gold on the shadowy oak. Just so the gold foil rustled on the gentle breeze. Indubi vener ad fauces gravolentis averni, tollunt se celeres liquidumque per aera lapsae. Sedibus optatis geminae super arbore sidunt, discolor und auri per amos aura refulsit. Quale solet silvis brumali frigore viscum, fronde virere nova, quod non sua seminat arbos, et croceo fetu teretis circumdare truncos, talis erat species auri frondentis opaca, illice sic leni crepitabat bratea vento. Virgil's epic simile comparing the Golden Bough to a yellow sprig of mistletoe on a dark green tree adds a further layer of meaning for us today. He could not have known it, but with his numinous words, he has painted an idyllic Christmas scene in the natural world, cheerful, bright, and full of spirit.